Wait, you're blur.
My name is Mama Numba, aka Honey La Rochelle. Our show is now affectionately called The Nerd Out with Mama Numba. We are decoding relationship between notes and numbers.
It does teach you to read chords.
The way numbers have been a blessing.
It would make it so much easier
to transpose.
Feel valuable and not try to shrink back into my shell.
Learning the number system is like learning financial literacy, an essential skill that would help you navigate your career confidently. Yet it's astonishingly absent from traditional training.
That has really been blessing me.
Have music be my happy place and also the place that I monetize my life.
Huge leap for a musician.
100%.
If you know your numbers in which key you're in, then that's half battle.
That's where the importance of reading by numbers
Is helping me fit in.
to explain myself.
And so that's something that I use regularly.
You want to have your musicality, your musicianship on point.
When you're learning chords, I can easily calculate. I know how to find those notes.
But like on the spot, that is so challenging.
It feels so freeing. I'm talking about when I was singing.
You can move it around in different keys. It doesn't matter.
If you know your numbers, you can make sure that your show slays even if your musicians didn't take the time to learn it properly.
Without you,
I actually don't know my numbers.
I wrote this song with the number system. Make them married together.
Sing by numbers is a method that teaches singers the language of music that all instrumentalists and musicians are already speaking.
It was the universal language we can all speak.
really, it's the simplified.
It relates to everyone. The number system kind of helps you guide through that.
It's definitely imperative for everybody to know the numbers.
My name is Mama Numba, aka Honey La Rochelle, and we are here live every Wednesday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
It's also helpful when I'm transposing. So I'm thinking if I need to transpose that quickly into another key, I go to numbers, and it makes it so much easier for me to transpose. And so that's something that I use regularly.
My goal is to transform the lives of 10,000 singers.
If you knew that if you work with this person, they're going to cause you less stress and cost you less money, wouldn't you call them first? Don't you want to be that guy? I'm that guy. I really enjoy being that guy. You too, my friend, can be that guy. Sing by numbers. Learn some musician speak.
So it's real simple. In any basic song, what you usually have is 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's usually most chords of most patterns.
I feel extremely blessed. Have music be my happy place and also the place that I monetize my life.
If I need to transpose that quickly into another key, I go to numbers and I think, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 1. And so now I know that's 1, 2, 3, 1 in any key. So now if I'm going to go to the key of B flat, what's 1 of B flat? And it makes it so much easier for me to transpose. And so that's something that I use regularly.
Knowing my numbers has saved my life from so many potential train wrecks.
Don't you want to be one of the cool kids? Who doesn't want to increase their value, right? The way to become one of the cool kids is by nerding out.
I would love to learn sing by numbers because with all of my experience, if I knew the numbers which represent intervals and chords, it would make it so much easier for me to explain myself.
So having these numbers has been super supportive because I've played in Africa, I've played in Paris, and all of the times if I can say to them, go to the 4, I could do this whilst I'm singing. The numbers are super valuable. And most singers don't know this language, but all musicians know this language.
If you're looking at a beginning by numbers theme, and I do love this system because it does teach you to read chords, that's where the importance of reading by numbers comes into play.
So far, the way numbers have been a blessing is helping me fit into band musical situations.
Because you were really like a dancer who could sing.
Yes.
And this is an upskill that could support at some point in your career when you're speaking with musicians, when you're speaking with producers. You know, there's so many moments that when you're being thrust into that new environment.
It gave me a certain confidence that others didn't have so that I could step forward and be like, oh, well, I'm a singer too. I can hit these notes.
Thank you.
I know what I'm talking about. And it gave me a lot more confidence to be able to, just interject and make myself invaluable to the productions that I was a part of.
My life, had it not been for her, I don't even recognize who I am now versus where I was. They're two totally different people.
My name is Mama Numba, aka Honey La Rochelle. Let's get nerdy. Let's learn all the numbers that go with every note. Did I mention it's a lot of fun? We are nerding out. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Nerd Out. My name is Mama Numba, and every week we go live at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. London, depending on daylight savings, 9 p.m. Denmark, depending on daylight savings. And every week when we do go live, what we do is have a really good time getting nerdy, exploring the amazing relationship between notes and numbers. Did you know that they've been married for centuries and eons and decades and beyond? And they have this really cool relationship full of really fun formulas, full of amazing places to discover. As you know, as music lovers, if you have been enjoying music for any portion of your life, you already know that music can take you places. And it's literally eight notes. It's 13 notes in total, but we have a 1/8-note scale. And that is all we need to have an unlimited group of paths that we can take musically and adventures that we can go on musically. So we love to get nerdy here on Wednesdays. And this week, I am so excited for our special guest. This woman, when she sings, I get the chills and the goose pimples and the chicken bumps. I get the hairs that raise up on the back of my neck. I get the emotion evoking, like the teary eye. You know the emoji with the little welled up watery at the bottom of the eye? That happens when this woman sings. Okay. Her album is coming out in February, which is long overdue. So we are all this gives us ample time. You're meeting her today, some of you, and it gives us ample time to really take the moments to fall in love with her so that when her album drops, it is dropping to an audience of thirsty and hungry and supportive humans who are all very eager and excited, as I am, and you all will be in a second. So let us all welcome to the stage, without further ado, the lovely, the beautiful, the incomparable Ashling Cole.
Yay!
I don't see you yet. I've invited you. There you go.
Hi!
Hi!
Like run that applause back again. Thank you. I'm going to literally go back and do a screen record of your introduction of me, and I want to play that for myself every morning. That gave me life, baby.
Yes,
that was
girl.
wonderful.
No, listen, my team will just chop that out for you, and we'll send it to you with a package and a bow, and it wrapped it up pretty.
Yes, come on, praise God for a team. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah. I remember every year I give myself a theme word for the year. So in 2024, my theme word was team. And I was very committed to creating team around my business and my music and my endeavors. And now I have an amazing team who are currently watching this show on several platforms. They are commenting. They are there for you. If you have questions on how to get more involved, if you have uploaded songs and you want us to give you feedback, all of that stuff, my team is on standby, guys. So just feel free to communicate with us at all times. And so that is the power of word, right? You choose your theme, your commitment, your word, and your thoughts become things. And I was there next to you when you declared that is it February 16, 2026?
So my birthday is February 21st.
Oh, 21st. Okay.
2026. And so, but even when I was writing it out, it was so funny is I'm recording this on another camera. And as soon as I said that, it was literally at 2 minutes and 21 seconds. I just literally looked over that and I said, okay, confirmation.
Okay.
So that was wild. Okay. So, February 21st, 2026. And it's going to be a kind of a hodgepodge, if you will. It's going to be a combination of a bunch of things. I have spent the majority of my career, first of all, being able to do like almost anything, I can do gospel, I can do jazz, I can do R&B, I could even do country, I could do.
Yes, you can.
I did klezmer music at one point.
Wait, sorry.
I have to ask my friend Zoe Ellis. Yeah, it's
What?
It's a traditional Jewish folk music is what it is.
Wow. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so that's a great gift to have, to be a chameleon of sorts, but it's
And
also
it's a curse.
A curse
A little bit.
Who am I? Right? Who am I? And
1000%.
so I just decided I'm just gonna be all the things that I am. I'm just gonna be all the things that I am. I'm gonna give a project, and you can love it or leave it. I hope that there's maybe one piece that you love and maybe the other you're like, but I love this version of her or this. So yes, so that is the goal. That is the goal.
Okay,
And I'm excited.
so
And
everything
you
that
for
you're
listening.
saying is resonating for me so deeply, because I myself have had the same story. First of all, you guys, what you don't know is that Ashling and I met a couple years ago, but we got really close on the Dave Koz cruise in June of this year.
As people do on the Dave Koz cruise.
On the Dave Koz cruise, which is just like a family affair. It's a family affair.
Yes.
Anyway, what we discovered is not only are we both born in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Canada.
Yeah, shout out to
Canada.
Our home and native land. We found out that we have too much in common. So everything that you're saying right now, I'm like, oh, I've been in the same identity crisis, in the same musical identity crisis, and also up against the what is it called? The waterfall of time.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
Come on.
like pummeling me, and suddenly time is just like it's beating me up, and I'm losing the race if I choose to feel this way, right? It's a choice. But I have many times struggled with that feeling of, oh my God, when am I going to put this record out? And who is going to like it? Is anybody going to like it? So I just want to, as I heard you speaking about your record, you can love it or leave it. It's going to be a hodgepodge. All of that felt a little bit like, almost like, look, it's going to be it's like way smaller than what it actually is. You guys, we're getting a Ashling Cole album.
Now before you go, I want to just tell you, I'm a few years older than you, several years older than you. You are not losing to time. Okay. You are not losing to time. I literally, and I want you to continue your thought, but I just wanted to get this in here. Our words really do matter.
You're
right.
I
know that you know that, but I'm just saying to our audience, when we say, we look in the mirror and we're like, oh my God, is that another, right? Yeah. And like our body is constantly receiving. We are in constant receiving mode. And it doesn't have to be an outside source. You can be receiving also from the inside. So what we're putting out, it's like recycling it back into our bodies and our minds, right? And so you speak those things and your brain hears it and your eyes see it and your spirit feels it and it affects you. And so I literally just a week ago just looked at myself in the mirror and I said, wow, time is really being good to you. And look at how, I'm about to cry, look at how life's experiences, I do look like what I've been through. I do look like a survivor of breast cancer. I do look like somebody who was signed to a major label and dropped. I do look like somebody who has raised 2 beautiful children. I do, like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And so, okay, I'm gonna give it back to you, but our words matter, but take time throughout your day, people, to tell yourself how amazing you are. Tell yourself, I'm so proud of you. Tell yourself, like, look at how far we've come. There's so much more ahead, but sometimes you got to take time to look back and see where you've come from so that you can say, oh no, girl, you doing this thing. Okay, I'm sorry, honey, back to you.
I love you so much. I'm just, y'all, come on. That's Ashling Cole. That's a word. Ain't that a word? From Ashling Cole. Thank you. What's beautiful about what you just said is I was actually in a conversation this morning, very similar, around our words are spells. And that's why they call it spelling. And everything that we say, we're actually creating and manifesting in real time. So I love that that's the first conversation before we even got into the nerding out. I just love the frequency match. I love the alignment. I love that we're both in our nerdy glasses. Very apropos for the nerd out. Okay, so let's talk about this because we're going to get an Ashling Cole record not this year, but in the next less than 6 months. So I'm so excited for that. Because as you guys all just witnessed, when this woman sings, she's evoking emotion. She is a breast cancer survivor. She is a person who's been signed and been dropped, who has raised 2 beautiful children, and so many other things that define your identity. And there's something so powerful about you when you open your mouth at all. So I feel honored to know you before this record, because I know that God's going to do something for your life around this record. And I know that this record is a contribution to the world, and it's going to do something for us to have this record. So I'm thrilled to know that this is coming. So I haven't had a chance to listen to the song that you have brought for us today, but I am really excited to analyze it and nerd out on it together with you on today. So before we get into that, we tried to do an interview while we were on the ship, but we got interrupted. So
by 11 people that wanted our autograph, which was such a wonderful time. But yes, we did have just a lovely chat right there at the little autograph station. Yes. One of my favorite moments of that whole trip.
That was when we discovered, wait, you were born in Vancouver too? Wait, what?
Right?
What?
Right.
So many other things. Okay, so tell us, who have never met you, how you got started, and the premise of Sing by Numbers and the show of the Sing by Numbers presents the Nerd Out in order to remind singers why they want to learn the number system, how the number system has supported them in their career and their lives, and then also maybe we can give them a couple of our fun little formulas and secrets that we love about the number system. So tell us the story of Ashling Cole by way of how did she get here, and when did she discover numbers and the number system, and how have they supported her?
Absolutely. So I grew up in San Francisco, which is, even though I was born in Vancouver, I was in San Francisco by a year and a half years old. And just a cornucopia, a plethora of culture and music and food and all the rest of it. And my parents were very eclectic. My dad, not so much, but my dad was a longshoreman, hardworking, blue collar, just one of those, a man's man, man of few words, could not sing a lick, but loved my mom so, so very much. He was just it was such a wonderful example of my stepfather, by the way. I wasn't raised with my father, but from a year old, my stepfather. And he just, I learned what love was by watching how he would look at my mom. And it was just absolutely beautiful. And so my mom was very, very eclectic, born and raised in Dublin, Ireland, full accent, cussed like a sailor.
Like me.
Would invite a stranger that she just met at the grocery store in for dinner. That whole culture, right? And she always had music on, it playing wherever it was, the record player. And she would have everything from traditional Irish music, like the Chieftains or Mary Black or James Galway.
I don't know any of these names, so you're putting me on.
Goodness.
We're gonna look these all up, team. We're making notes right now, and we're gonna make sure, because if you're mentioning them, then we love it. We want to know it.
Absolutely. And even Van Morrison. Now I know you're familiar with Van Morrison. He's more mainstream. But he and my mom were friends, and so there was always music playing, and it was it might have been traditional Irish music, like I'm saying. My mom could sing. She had a beautiful voice, and she sang traditional Irish folk music. But she also played blues, like Bobby Blue Bland was one of my first favorite. He has an album called his California album, which is one of my favorite. which has If Loving You Is Wrong, I
Come
Don't
on.
Want to Be Right.
Come
Honey,
on.
that is one of the greatest blues songs of all
Okay.
time. Then we had Bruce Springsteen, which was like one of her favorites. She went to all the concerts and she would take me to all the concerts.
Nice.
And there was a political side, Pete Seeger, Holly Near, Ronnie Gilbert, political, Give Peace a Chance, that whole thing. So I was always
Still
around
relevant
music.
today.
Still relevant today. So when I was 6 years old, I used to read the Sunday paper with my dad. We'd get up Sunday morning, we'd read the newspaper, 6 years old. And there was an ad in there for the San Francisco Girls Chorus. And I had been singing, and I just said to my dad, I said, I want to do this. I didn't know what I was saying, but I felt almost, I don't remember that instance, but I remember it because I've told the story so many times. But I think that I just was drawn to music because it was my calling. It was what I was meant to do. And so I just knew instinctively, like, this is what I want to do. So my dad, my mom supported me. I went and auditioned for the San Francisco Girls Chorus. And I was the youngest person to make it into the chorus at 6 years old. 7 was the age limit.
Wow.
And so I studied opera for 6 years. And
that's why you're so powerful now.
I mean, that's like the foundational, the breathing techniques, all the, whoo. So that was my foundational training. And then when I got into middle school, I started doing musical theater, which I love.
Wait, can I pause you? I have a question about the girls' chorus. Were they using solfege or numbers when you were learning your parts in that chorus?
No, solfege. Yeah, we weren't using. Yeah, so
you hadn't yet encountered the numbers.
No.
Okay.
No,
so 6 years of training, but you got a really good, solid training with solfege, which is very valuable.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. So the numbers didn't come until I joined or participated with Blue Bear School of Music in San Francisco. And they had a band, like a beginning band class. And I started doing that, and we started working on a blues.
Wait, what instrument did you play in the band?
No, singing. I was singing.
You were singing,
band. Yeah,
playing the
singing.
voice and band.
Now I did play clarinet and saxophone and a little bit of flute. I never really blossomed into flute, but I was first chair clarinet.
First chair, that means you could read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Did you learn numbers then when you were learning to read?
No.
Okay. When did numbers happen for you?
Numbers. I know, because it is the number system. We're talking about numbers today. Sing by numbers. So Sing by Numbers did start when I was with Blue Bear School of Music, because we were working on blues. And so then I started understanding the 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. And
chord structures is where it began for you. Okay.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So I didn't realize that it was going to be so valuable. I didn't really latch onto it at that time because I didn't understand. And I didn't know that I was going to have a long career in music at that time, at that age. But as I became a band leader in my 20s, then I was able to say, take me back to the 1, right? That's always, to me, that if you can learn that, if you could just learn that, if you don't know anything about numbers, if you know we're in E flat, okay? And you could say, take me to the 1, right? And you're somewhere in the song. Let's go back to 1. Or you want a big moment, you could say, take me to the 5 chord. And you could have this big dramatic moment, and you might not even know what it's going to sound like yet. But if you tell a band to take me to the 5, you're going to have a little moment. You're going to say, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, uplift somewhere.
Absolutely.
Somebody gonna get an uplift.
Absolutely. So it's valuable because to me, it's the simplified version of reading music, right?
Yes.
And so if you cannot read sheet music, but you can understand that you don't read, honey.
No,
I did not know that.
No,
I would have
toured the whole world over 20 times on my numbers.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that for you. Okay, so that is a wonderful example
Yeah.
that and to me, it's such an easy system to learn when you have a good teacher like Honey, and you have somebody that's going to really show you the number system. But if you start you got to learn your keys. If you're a singer, you've got to learn what key your song is in.
Amen.
I cannot tell you how many times I had been somewhere and I did not know the key, and the way that the musicians would look at me like you're so disrespectful that you just came on the stage and you don't know what key you sing.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I love it. So chord structures have been a later part in Sing by Numbers Academy, because first I was very interested in just teaching somebody how to find the one. And then once you found the one, being able to then analyze the whole song. Like what is the next note? Do you hear, can you tell that it's a 3 or a 4, or what is it? Is it a 4.5? Is it a, like, what is it? So, so that's the first half of Sing by Numbers. And then we get into the chord structures, which multiple guests have come on this show now and said just exactly what you're saying, which is the chord structures. If we can call chords, then we're winning, right? Like, and for me, that's exactly why Numbers have saved my behind, but also for learning songs and learning my parts. When we were doing the gospel show on the Cause Cruise, and I was like, okay, am I a soprano or an alto today? Okay, so sopranos are doing the 5. I'm on the 3. And I remember writing the 3 under my note and being like, that can't be right. And then I came in on the 5 anyway, because in my head, I was like, it must be the 5. And then I was like, no, honey, you wrote down, you gave yourself the answer. And I was on the wrong note. It was so silly. So anyway, awesome. Okay, so numbers came in for you when you were in the band. And then you started using numbers and you realized how valuable they were when you were in your 20s and you started leading bands. Okay, so take us now to how this song that we are about to hear, The Other Side. Sorry, I can't see the whole thing. The other side of...
Yes, the other side of yes.
The other side of yes. Okay, so take us from the first time you're leading a band in your 20s to creating the other side of yes. And like, what has happened in that time that has had you realize the value of numbers? And what has happened in that time that has had you realize the value in creating your own music?
Absolutely. So when you understand, when I started to really understand chord structure and number system and all that, understanding the different dynamics that come with each number. So if you want to feel grounded, you go to the 1. If you want a lift, you go to the 5. If you want to resolve from that and create anticipation, you go to the 4. And if you and then you can like build this whole thing and then bring it back to the 1. So as we're listening to this song, you can kind of hear, I always write in this same way. And I'm not sure, but I am a storyteller just by nature. I just love telling stories. I love creating just an imaginary world and then help you to believe that we can get there. That's sort of like how my whole system, right? And so you'll hear this song starts with a big intro and then it comes down and it's all these dynamics. But then as we get to the outro, you'll hear how the number system is building up into this big crescendo.
I love this. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to play the song. Now, what we get to know about the technology that we're using today is we do not get to go back in time. We get to play the song in one direction only. And the only thing I can do is pause. So we'll listen in bits. We'll listen to the intro and then we'll pause and discuss it.
Great.
And we'll listen to the first verse or something.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we'll pause and discuss. Okay. So do you want to give us an intro? This is The Other Side of Yes.
Sure. Yes. I wrote this song many, many, many years ago when I was touring the world with Larry Graham and Graham Central Station and Prince at that time. And I just realized that we are way more similar in this world than we are different. And people hurting, people are, people hurt the same overseas as we do here. And when we are going through, there's always an opportunity to say no or yes. And it's just amazing the opportunities, the doors that can open when you say yes. And so the term is the other side. What is on the other side of my yes? I can stay in this pain or this suffering or whatever it is, but what is on the other side of my yes?
Ooh, girl, I can't wait. And has this song been released? Is this coming out in February?
It's out. No, it's out. No, this is out. This is a throwback.
Okay, so y'all can go and run to Ashling Cole. Is it ashlingcole.com? Or
you can't, I mean, it's on all digital music platforms, so you can get it anywhere you listen to
Ashling
music.
Cole, The Other Side of Yes. Here we go.
On my heart.
Okay, before we get already.
Hilarious.
Already. Okay, so when I hear an intro like that, first of all, the intro is telling us quite a bit. It's giving us a lot of information, emotional information. It's telling us what kind of experience we're about to have, but also it's telling us, oh, here's where your one is. Here's what the chords might be. And at the very least, here's a very prominent melody that you can probably latch on to and count on for the next few minutes. Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay. So for anybody who isn't yet well-versed at numbers, how are we finding our one in this intro? How would you explain it to them, or how would you go looking?
So for me, I always, you can listen to the bass player. I think because I traveled with Larry Graham for so many years and still, and performing with him, I listen for the bass. So the bass is a boom, right? So the bass is down and moving, but the bass is always going to come back to one. Always.
That part. I always say the bass is home. It goes outside for a little while and then comes back home.
Come on. Yes, absolutely. so the bass is going to tell you what the one is. And usually once I find that, I will hum, what I think is the one. I might not know what key it is yet. I might not know what the structure is, but I will try to do that. So in this case, they're playing, but this is the root the whole time. This is the root. And so that's my way of doing it, is finding my one that way.
I love when I meet my kinfolk out here. So that's exactly how I do it. And so, so the next thing I do is, once we've listened at the bass and we've tried to find our grounding home bass, then I'll listen at the next prominent melody, which in this case was ba, 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 ba. So it brought us home.
Yes.
Before we even get into the song. So then in Sing by Numbers, I would immediately ask my students to analyze that melody. What note is the? If this is our one, then this is a what?
Right.
So I could say it, but do you want to say it? Do you want to say what the numbers are?
Sure.
You get nerdy with me?
1, 5.
Nope.
Yeah.
3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 5. Oh, 1, 3. Yeah. Okay. 1.
Yep.
So 1, 3, 5. Right. 4. Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. Right? So that's
Honey is way more versed in this than I am, because she does it every single day.
Literally, I can't listen to music at all. Like, if music is on, all I'm doing is like, ooh, that was a 7. Ooh, 4, 3. Ooh.
Right.
So I can't, and I've been building this course for the last year as well. So I am getting faster at it, which is crazy, because I was already like pretty fast. Like this is exactly my moneymaker for the past 20
I
years.
love
But just like being in this conversation has been so fun. So what I want to say though, is because your initial thought was it's the 5, and I do that all the time where it doesn't actually matter in Sing by Numbers. Is if you can tell me the distance between the first note and the next note, I don't care if you start on the 3 and go to the 5, or if you go from the 5 to the 7, or if you go from a 2 to a 4. If you know that it's a third apart or a fourth apart or whatever the size of the interval, that's all you need to know in order to slay at your gig.
Yeah.
Because the band members don't know if you're like, I'm going from an E to a B. They don't know what you're thinking.
Right.
They just know that you nailed it quickly.
Well, and I love what you did too, because you said 1. If we're here, if this is the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4,
right. So
3,
you can just
1.
count your way, right?
Right.
Okay, so we've just heard this incredible intro. Now we're going to finally get into your verse, which I'm thrilled for. So let's get into it. This is the other side of Yes, Ashling Cole. Here we go.
My heart today to write a song for the broken. I've seen so many shattered lives and so many lonely hearts were broken. They say, where do we go? Who can we turn to now? When all that we've known and all that we've trusted is gone.
Okay, before we move on, I have to just we have to pause, because the worst is when I wanted to talk about this and then we go on to that and then I can't get back to it. So that was such a beautiful verse. So the most important thing that I want singers to be listening for are the chords. So the easiest thing for me is to hear what the melody is. Da, 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 3, 5, 3, 5, 3. You said that 3, 2, 2, 1. Right. So I think like that. But what's happening underneath, right? We have chords. Oh, you're on camera right now, by the way.
Hello, friends.
Forgot we're on a show. Hello. Oh dear. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, we were talking about how I usually listen at the melody, but what's happening underneath? What are those chords underneath?
Staying on the 1, honestly, 3 to 1 bass. Yes, it's very 1. And then the other instruments can go somewhere else. But when you keep that 1, like that whole thing, to me, that is, you're setting yourself up for a crescendo. You're setting yourself up like the air, the plane, when the plane is getting ready to take off, it's got to go a long time on the runway to catch speed before it can take off. It can't just take off. And I think that that's important to think about that in music, because if you go to your highest volume, where are you going to go after that? You've got to create it. So yeah, and I want to give a couple shout outs, if that's okay. I want to shout out the amazing Sarah Williams. Her handle is at Sangin Sarah, SANGINSARA. And she sings background for Lettucey and has for many, many, many years. And she is absolutely one of my dear, dear friends. I had arranged some backgrounds for this whole song, and I gave her what I had done, and then she took them to the whole next level. So she is singing all the backgrounds on this song.
And is this her correct spelling? Sangin Sarah?
Sangin Sarah, yes.
Is there an H at the end, or are we good like this?
I don't think there's an H at the end. I can circle back and make sure, but I don't think so. But she is, she's just an amazing Sangin. Yep, SANGINSARA. Sangin Sarah.
Awesome.
You need somebody
so
to
she
arrange.
did the background arrangement.
She did. I had arranged the backgrounds, and then I gave them to her, and then she changed some things, flipped them around. She took them to a whole nother level. So definitely, and most of the backgrounds are her original her original creation. But if you need somebody to do background arranging, we can all do it. And there's people that is their specialty. And Sarah Williams is her specialty for sure.
We're going to have to bring her on the show. You'll have to introduce her.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, so who else do you want to shout out?
Oh, and then Cam Parridge. Cam Parridge is the guitar player. You can hear an acoustic guitar playing at the top of this song, and then he moves into electric guitar as we continue in the song, and he helped me to produce this song. I did write and produce the song, but he helped me when we went in the studio to do all the bells and whistles to make it what it is today.
You guys, I just like this woman's heart. Like, here she is. She's worked her behind off to create this. By the way, it is not inexpensive or easy to create any recordings. Even if you've been doing it for a long time, there's always some hang up or struggle or challenge that, you know, that we get to overcome in order to bring a song to life and bring a song to you. And
Correct.
Here is this woman who's worked her behind off, and all she's doing is shouting out everybody else. You know, I love you. I love your heart. And I love this song. So let's finally get to the hook, shall we?
Okay, yes.
Let's get to the hook.
Here to tell you there's hope. I'm here to remind you there's happiness and joy. It's on the other side of yes.
Okay, before we get to the hook, we had a pre-chorus.
I knew you were gonna love that one. I knew it.
So first of all, in the verse, I call that pedaling. If you can stay on one note throughout all the chord changes, you can just pedal your note. That's right. One worked throughout, but it went from the 1 to the 4 chord back to the 1 to the 4 chord, which is really a powerful chord structure. It exists in a lot of music where you go 1 to the 4 to the 1 to the 4. That's really powerful. But then we got into this and am I correct? Is that what it does?
Yes.
The 5. 5. 7.
Right. Then hair back to the
5, 7, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 7, 3, 6. Woo! Woo! That's a whole adventure right there. And those chords, by the way, like that is what dictates what genre you're in. Like, you know, those chords are like clearly R&B gospel chords. Like, you know, that comes from someone who met God already. Like, you know what I mean? It's so funny. Like, yeah, anyway, this song could have completely other chords under it and still be a beautiful song if it was a Celine Dion record versus if it's a Mary J. Blige record or an Ashling Cole record, right? That's right. So that's part of the nerdiness of it, is like the why did we choose those specific chords at this time and that timing. All of that is what shapes the feeling. And at the very beginning of the song, in that intro, you're told immediately, oh, get ready for this near to close to God experience. Like that's what we're about to have.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's very, very apparent. So, okay. So we're finally at the hook, guys.
Well, now we're back to a second verse. And this is another thing. I also enjoy sort of dangling the carrot.
Yes.
Right. So and I am all for, you know, A, B, C, A,
no,
B, C, D.
You can change the rules. You make the rules.
Yeah, for sure. So we are A, B. In this case, we're verse, pre-chorus.
Yes, and then
verse, and then we'll do the pre-chorus again, and then we will introduce the chorus.
Okay, good. So we get another chance to listen at what we've just analyzed and discovered. So now listen differently with new ears. Listen at the chords, listen at the melodies, see what you can discover as you're listening. Here we go.
Yes. It was on my heart today to write a song for the
background.
They say, why should I turn around? There's nobody there for me now. When all that I've known and all that I've trusted is gone. Well, I'm here to tell you there's more. So much more. So what you waiting for? It's on the other side of yes. Do your will, do your way. Yes to moving forward. We say yes to redemption, brighter days, and mercies that.
Okay, it's a 251. Come on. Come on with the 251. She's bridging the chorus, y'all. Woo! Hallelujah. Okay, so 251 is one of the most effective ways to create emotion. I love this song. I love what you've done. Okay, so you guys at home who are watching and listening and learning, let me take this banner off the screen now. We know Sang and Sarah, but actually who y'all are here to see is Ashling Cole. Ashling Cole with the other side of yes. All right, so this has already gone on much longer than I anticipated. I appreciate you and your time. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your heart and your soul and your nerdiness with us and your story. And so you guys, we can all be excited to hear Ashling's brand new album, February 21st, 2026. And we want to make sure that we're all signed up for the pre-orders and that we're supporting. When you are an independent artist and you're releasing art, it makes such a difference how your day one goes. So don't, mark your calendars now for the 21st, because if on the 22nd you show up and everybody just trickles in, it makes a huge impact on what's possible and available for an artist. And it can actually impact the entire future of that artist's, next year. So let's all run on the 21st, and not to Spotify, but to Bandcamp or to maybe Tidal or maybe some other smaller platform where it really counts and it really matters. I love Bandcamp because it actually pays artists. Mm-hmm. It gives you an opportunity to buy the music so that you can play it at your leisure, and then that money goes directly to the artist. That's right. Which is really, really rare. I think 80% of the money goes to the artist, which is like, if you ever actually care to support an artist, let's use Bandcamp and let's make a habit. Put that app on your phone. Absolutely. Spotify, we just cannot support them because they have been the opposite of support. They have been hurting us. Yeah. So, not to get into all of that. I don't want my show Jimmy Kimmel. Okay.
No, oh Jesus, please don't. Let's not meme that.
We're not going there. Just kidding.
But I think that's so important because I think that music has become convenient. Yeah. And we've turned it into a convenience as opposed to an event and supporting these artists. And there's so many artists. And we want to support all of them, but I miss the days when we would go to the record player.
That part.
And we would pull a record, slide a record out. Now, if you really were doing something, it had a cellophane, like a sleeve, right? And carefully put it back in, but with the care that we took for the music, the care, the love, because it was like, it was so exciting that we could pull this record out, carefully place it on the record player, either if you had the old school one, you had to lift it, or you had a button, because we had a little button, and then the needle would go by itself. But I miss the days, and there weren't any distractions, and
the whole family would be like, "Ooh, a song is playing. Let's all go and enjoy it together."
And especially if you went to Tower Records and you got the new release, and you waited in line, and you got the new release, and you put it on the record, and then you would sit, and all you would listen to is this one artist and their compilation of blood, sweat, and tears, and emotion, and hard work, and the grind, and the glory. and everything that goes into that album. I miss those days. It's wonderful to have a convenience of 10 million songs at the push of a button or the click of a whatever. But I wish we could go back to that mentality. We don't have to go back to that technology, but let's go back to that mentality of really having a reverence for these hardworking artists out there.
Because I know that we're just going on and on, but like the word artist, like what it requires to be an artist is the only reward that we have, that we get, is the satisfaction of knowing that we are contributing. And then we're just literally praying that our music reaches the ears that are receptive.
That's right.
And that it reaches their heart and actually moves them, because we work so hard to create that music. So we have digressed. And I appreciate it, because I love you so much, and I'm so excited to have you on the show. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us and nerding out with me. And before we go, I just want to let the rest of this record play so that we can all just, come out of the rooms, know that there's an event in the living room. Mama's playing a record right now. And we're going to listen at the rest of the other side of Yes. And then we're going to say goodbye and make a commitment to come back next Wednesday at noon Pacific, because nerds do music better. Peace.
Every morning, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All I ever had to do is open up my mouth and say, yes. Oh, yes. So I say yes to your will, yes to your ways, yes to redemption and brighter days. I say yes. Oh yes, oh yes. I say yes to your will, yes to your ways, yes to redemption and brighter days. Say yes, oh yeah, oh help me say yes. We say yes to your will, yes to your ways, yes to redemption. We say yes, oh yes, oh yes. We say yes to your will, yes to your ways, yes to redemption. I don't know about you, but I need some brighter days. We need some brighter days. They need some brighter days, yeah.
Why am I crying?
Don't you dare give up. Oh, say yes. Deliverance in your yes. Prosperity in your yes. There's healing in your yes. Oh, yes. The other side.
I'm going to go cry now. And thank you.
Quick shout out to Marcus Phillips, who is the bass player on this record.
Absolutely moments.
Amazing. Shout out to Jan Hunter, who is the keyboard player. He played drums on this. He ultimately produced it, mixed it, mastered it. Jan Hunter is absolutely amazing. Cam Parrish, who I mentioned on guitar, and the amazing Sarah Williams on background vocals. I thank you for letting me fall in love with my song again.
What a beautiful journey that was.
Ooh,
oh my God. I'm going to go listen to it again on my own. The Other Side of Yes, Ashling Cole. I mean, the message behind it is beautiful, but the way, I mean, my God, you just took us on a journey. And it's like, if somebody has only 3 or 4 minutes, if you can give them that type of, we went so many places in just a short amount of time. That is masterful. Truly. And it did evoke emotion for me. Wow. And
thank you for that.
I am going to be bringing this idea into my day. What would be on the other side of a yes? Let me go ahead and continuously say yes. So thank you for the message. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your contribution to the music world. We love you deeply. Ashling Cole, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you guys, we're going to take off. We've been here much longer than we usually are. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for enjoying this show with us. And remember to tune in every Wednesday at noon because nerds do music better. Bye-bye.
Bye.